Hi everyone, it's Helen. Welcome to my yoga channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe for lots of free yoga content. Tonight I'm bringing you a nice juicy sunset Yin Yoga. Yin Yoga is the type of yoga where we're holding postures for, tonight we'll hold them for 2 minutes each. And this is just a really good way to get into the connective tissue, help with joint and mobility stuff, improve flexibility, and just a really nice mental challenge because it gets a little difficult to stay still in one place for more than 5 breaths, right? We're just going to focus on moving the spine in all 6 directions tonight, right? So the 2 twists, the 2 side bends, and the forward bend and the back bend, just to reset the spine. So much of us are sitting at a desk all day or driving or texting hunched over. So we're just gonna get back into realignment. If you like this video, follow my Yin playlist. And let's go, grab your mat. Let's begin on our backs, soles of the feet together, knees open wide. You can have your arms alongside your body with the palms facing up, or if you want to reach your arms up overhead, grab hold of opposite elbows. That is always available for you. Just find a comfortable starting shape and close the eyes. Just beginning to get settled into your space. Leaving your day and all the chaos that may or may not have gone on and finding stillness here. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. With each inhale, creating space in your body, and with each exhale, softening and releasing any tension. And just take this time to notice what's going on today, checking in with yourself. How are you feeling physically, mentally, emotionally? Without trying to change it, without judging it, just noticing. Taking a moment to think of something or someone that you are grateful for in your life. And holding that in your heart. Let's straighten out the legs and reach the arms up. Take a big good morning stretch. Then you're going to stay in this position and we're going to turn it into a side bend, banana pose. So scooching your hips over to the right side of the mat, but your legs and your arms go over to the left. So it's almost like you're making a crescent moon shape. Cross your right ankle on top of your left. Maybe holding your right wrist in your left hand without gripping it, just letting it rest there. Try to keep both glutes on the floor and just breathing into your right side, just creating a lot of length, a lot of space. Breathing into those muscles in between the ribs, the intercostal muscles. You'll feel a stretch all the way down the right side of your body. Maybe close your eyes. Taking these side bends are really good for the breath and the lung capacity, enabling us to take deeper breaths. Maybe you'll crawl the hands and the feet over a little bit more as we start to get a little bit more comfortable in the posture. To deepen the sensation, we'll go a little deeper. Maybe you'll stay right where you are, either is fine. As long as you're breathing. . let's slowly crawl back into a straight line. So straighten yourself back out, uncross the legs, and then we'll do that on the other side. So scooching your hips over to the left, crawling your hands and your legs to the right corner of the mat. Cross your left ankle on top of your right, maybe resting your left wrist in your right hand without gripping it. Again, working both glutes towards the floor so that you're not laying on your hip. You're making a C shape or a banana shape with your body. Close your eyes to block out visual distractions and tune in. Trying to keep your mind on your mat and in your body. The best way to do that is just focus on the sensation of the breath and how it feels going in and out through the nose. Observing what happens to the mind when we quiet and still the body. Is your mind getting restless? If it is, just focus on your breath. Maybe crawling the hands and feet a little bit more to the right, deepening the stretch down the left side of the body. And then slowly coming back into a straight line, straight spine. Bend your knees, hug them into your chest, rock a little side to side. Head stays on the floor, shoulders stay on the floor. Just massaging out your low back. And then hold on to the backs of the legs and start to rock a little forward and back, up and down the length of your spine. Get some momentum. You'll rock yourself all the way up to seated. Bring your legs into a straddle. So it's going to be different for everybody. Some people might just have a very small V, whereas other people might get their legs a little bit wider. Do what's right for your body. Try to keep your legs straight. And then when you're ready, you'll begin to crawl your hands forward and just let go of the head. Maybe you don't get very far. This is a pretty intense posture, really big in the hamstrings, the inner thighs, the hips, the low back. So just go where you can. Use props if you need. If you need to stack up some blocks and rest your elbows on them, that's fine. Once you find your shape, close your eyes. Try to release any muscle engagement. So really just let the head hang heavy from the neck. Relax any tension in the shoulders, the feet. The nice thing about Yin is we're doing these passive stretches. So we're just allowing ourselves to surrender into whatever shape it is. And this is just going to help promote flexibility and break up the fascia, that coating around the muscles. Maybe crawling a little bit more forward as our body begins to adjust to this posture. Checking in with your breath. Noticing any thought patterns that come up, any emotions, anger, frustration, sadness. Maybe you're just quiet today. slowly start to come up. Keep your legs straight, but bring them together on the mat in a pike position. We're going to do caterpillar pose. So again, no muscle engagement. Just start to allow your spine to round and your chest to fall forward. You're not looking to grab onto your toes or any part of your legs. Just try to rest your hands on the floor. Let go of the head. So it's just a really nice way to forward fold, to round the spine, to let go, get a little bit into the hamstrings. If you want, you could stack up some blocks or pillows on your legs and rest your head on those props, or you can just let your head hang heavy. Staying with those slow, deep inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. And if you find that your mind can't stay present, then maybe counting the breaths, inhaling through the nose for 5 counts and exhaling through the nose for 5 counts, and just focusing on that instead of trying to empty the mind. Sometimes we need that point of focus. Notice if you're just waiting to get to the next posture. Instead of doing that, see if you can find some contentment, some comfort in this place that you're in right now without waiting for what comes next. It's a natural human quality, but can you change it? Can you work to control it a little bit more? Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take a moment here, and then however you want to get there, we're going to come all the way down onto our bellies. Tops of the feet are on the floor. We're going to thread the needle. So slide your right arm underneath the left with the right palm facing the sky and the right temple to the floor. You can crawl your left hand towards the right corner of the mat, maybe even resting your right ear on your left arm. Close your eyes and just surrender here into this shape, stretching your right shoulder. We'll take 2 minutes in this pose. Know that in Yin Yoga, it's very common to get muscle cramps, to get pins and needles, to lose feeling of whatever limb is affected by the posture that we're in. If you absolutely have to come out and take a moment before you come back in, you can do that. But know that sitting through the discomfort, breathing through the discomfort is also an option. It's all just temporary, just like all the situations that we face in life. So keep everything the same, but bring your left leg to a half frog. So you're sliding your left knee up towards your right arm. Relaxing the inner left thigh down to the floor. It's not about how high you get the knee up towards the arm. It's about trying to relax your left thigh to the mat. So maybe working on having your hips somewhat squared, relaxing your pelvis to the floor. Some of you may sleep in a similar position to this, so this might not feel like very much. Others, this might feel like a lot is going on. Either way, it's all good stuff, so just settling in here. Slowly reach your left arm up to the sky, open it out into a T, and bring your left shoulder all the way down to the floor. Your left knee is going to lift up off the mat and probably float. Try to relax your left shoulder down to the floor and turn your head so that you're looking to your left. So we're coming into a supine twist. Coming into it this way as opposed to coming into starting on your back this way will give you a little bit of a deeper twist. So just doing your best to keep relaxing your left shoulder blade, that spot on your left upper back down to the floor. Close your eyes, breathe in and out through the nose. Seeing if you can send the breath all the way down to the belly. Just a few more breaths here. We'll come out of this the same way we came in. So reaching your left arm all the way back, coming back down to your belly and unthreading your right arm. Pausing for a moment and then coming into this on the other side. So threading the left arm underneath, left palm faces the sky. Really tuck your left shoulder under there. Maybe walk your right hand towards the left corner of the mat or rest your left ear down on your right arm. Either way, your head is turned so that the left side is down. Close your eyes. Breathe here, starting with both legs straight. Noticing the breath and seeing if you can deepen it a little bit more in and out through your nose. And then coming into that half frog, so sliding your right knee up so that your right inner thigh is relaxing down to the floor. Nothing else changes. Trying to relax both hip points down. And once again, finding stillness and finding your breath. Sometimes Yin Yoga is even harder than Vinyasa. Anyone can move and stay distracted and sweat and challenge themselves that way, but not everyone can sit quietly with themselves and just be okay. It's a good mental exercise. We'll move into our twist, so reaching your right arm up and opening it all the way into a T, right shoulder coming down to the floor, right knee lifting off the floor. Turning your head to gaze towards your right fingers. Closing your eyes in this deep twist. Staying here for 2 minutes. If you had an emotional reaction to hearing that we'll be here for 2 minutes, just know you're in the right place. Trying to send the breath all the way down to your belly. Really breathing to your full capacity, slowly and comfortably. When we start to pay attention to our breath on the mat, we begin to notice off the mat when we're holding our breath or breathing shallowly. And we need to be circulating that fresh oxygen to all of the cells in our body. So beginning to practice yoga is just a really good way to begin practicing better breath in life. Just a few more breaths here. And then coming out the same way you came in, reaching your right arm back down, unthreading the left arm back to the belly, and slowly press yourself up to a table pose, hands and knees. We'll just take a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, dropping the belly, arching the back, lifting the heart, tucking the toes. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, point the toes. Inhale, dropping the belly, arching the back, lifting the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest, pressing the floor away. Just a few more rounds at your own breath. Move nice and slow. And then let's come to a child's pose. Big toes touch. You can have your knees together or wide apart, whatever feels best for you. Let your head fall towards the floor. If it doesn't reach the floor, you can slide a block or a pillow underneath your head. Just keep allowing your hips to get heavy to your heels. Allow yourself to get regrounded here. Just a nice neutral shape. We're really moving our spine in all 6 directions in this practice today. So we've done some forward folding, some side bending, some twisting. We just have back bending left. A lot of the times during our day, we're just stuck in one position. We're kind of sitting and hunched over at a desk, driving, texting, whatever it is. This practice gives us a chance to move the spine in its full range of motion and just get realigned. Taking just a few more rounds of slow breaths in and out through the nose. And come all the way up. We're going to come into a reclining hero pose. So you're going to stay on your knees. You might want to widen the knees so that you're sitting in between the feet. This might be where you stay today. You might have a little bit more space, so you might be able to come down onto your hands, maybe even onto your forearms. If this is okay, you can start to make your way all the way down to your back. So this is a big back bend. If this isn't all right for you, you can pile up some pillows, like really tear apart your couch and place it underneath you so that you're almost at a diagonal angle. This posture can be really deep, so we're stretching our entire front body as we back bend. We're stretching the quads, and I find that this posture is really, really difficult for the ankles in particular. So again, it's normal to have cramping, pins and needles. Do your best to sit with it and breathe. Closing your eyes. And again, if you are just seated upright, that's fine for now. Over time, your range of motion may change here. Saddle pose is a big one. Try to unclench the jaw and just relax here, letting your spine open up, your heart open up, any comfortable arm position. It's a little deeper if you reach your arms up overhead. You can have them by your side or just resting on your belly. Any expression of this shape that's right for you is what you should be doing here. Every body is different, and we all need different things. There's no one-size-fits-all yoga. Make sure you're still breathing here. Our heart rate tends to speed up when we're in back bends, so trying to keep it steady with long exhales. Let's slowly start to come up, maybe coming out the same way you came in, coming up to forearms and then hands, sitting up, untucking the legs, maybe just stretching them out. You can point and flex the feet, whatever feels good. Then come down onto your back, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, rock a little side to side. We'll come into a happy baby pose. So grabbing the outsides of the feet, if you can't reach, you can use a strap or you can hold onto your thighs, pulling your thighs down towards the floor. So bottoms of the feet stay pointed towards the sky, your elbows are inside of the knees. Try to press your tailbone away from you and ground the low back, maybe rocking a little side to side. You can play around with straightening one leg out to the side and bringing the other foot in towards the pelvis and moving back and forth there. Maybe you'll straighten the legs out into a straddle while holding on to the outsides of the feet. Any variation of your happy baby. And then slowly straighten out the legs. We'll come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Palms face the sky, being open to receive. Eyes close. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Just allow yourself to melt into the earth, letting go of all effort. Just being. Gently start to deepen the breath. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a big good morning stretch. And then bend your knees into your chest and roll to your right side, pausing in fetal pose for a moment, resting your right ear on your right arm. And when you're ready, you'll keep the eyes closed and press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, remembering what it was that you said you were grateful for in the beginning of our practice. Let's join our palms together in prayer at our chest. I thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to my channel for more. Namaste. See you soon, yogis.